Good morning. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the characterization of distributed systems. Okay, so we have discussed about introduction, examples of distributed systems, intranet, internet, and mobile computing, ubiquitous computing. Okay, after that we have discussed about resource sharing and the web. That is www, HTML, HTML, HTTP. Okay, URL, that is we were discussed in the last class, and also challenges of the distributed system. So there are several challenges posed in the distributed system. So heterogeneity is one challenge, scaling, openness, and transparency. Okay, so all these are different. In transparency, 8 types of transparency we have discussed: access transparency, location transparency, concurrency transparency, so and replication transparency, failure transparency. So like that we discussed about the transparencies in the distributed system. Okay, so now we will discuss about the examples of internet. So this is all we have discussed. So portable and handheld is one example we have taken, where the user is in the both the host environment and the network, and resource sharing and the web, HTTP, HTML and URL. So we have discussed all these things. Okay, so this thing we have discussed, and other technologies like web form, CGI. What is CGI? Web form. So CGI is nothing but a program on server which is executed, and where the procedure at the remote server gets executed and the result is returned back to the client. Applet is nothing but a mobile code, so it is executed in the browser. So the code is downloaded downloaded from the server into the local browser and local system, and then it executes the system on RDF, that is resource description framework, and XML. So these are the things we have discussed in the last class. And also we discussed about scalability here, one of the challenges in the distributed system. So this is an example of challenges. And heterogeneity, openness, heterogeneity about networks, hardware and programming languages we have discussed, and openness and security, that is confidentiality, integrity and availability, also we have discussed. Scalability, that is effective significant increase in resources, cost, performance we have discussed. Failure handling, okay, concurrency also we have discussed. And transparencies, 8 types of transparency we have discussed: access transparency, location transparency, concurrency transparency, replication transparency, okay, and failure, mobility, performance and scaling. These are the different types of transparency. And today we will discuss about the different system models in distributed system. So first we will discuss the architectural model. So in architectural model, so it is considered what is a distributed system? A distributed system is nothing but a collection of components in a networked computer, so whose actions can be coordinated and communicated by passing of messages. So that is nothing but a distributed system. So here the architecture model is concerned with placement of those parts and the relationship between the parts. So the examples include client server model and peer-to-peer model. These are the 2 examples. And variations of the client server model. So here we will discuss about the caching of the data by the proxy servers. So we will introduce caching into the proxy servers, so that whenever a request comes from the browser, first it looks in the cache. So if the web page is found in the cache, then that will be picked up. Otherwise, if the web page is not up to date copy, then it will fetch the up to date copy from the server and put it into the system, and it will retrieve and give it back to the user. So that is about the caching concept. So caching always contains the up to date copy. Next is use of mobile code and mobile agent. So what is meant by mobile code and what is meant by mobile agent? So mobile code example is Applet. Applet is an example of mobile code. So where the code is downloaded from the server and into the local system, and execute the local system using the browser. So that is nothing but the applet. So applet is at client side code. Mobile agent is nothing but the code moves from one system to another system, so it's not fixed. So it will execute the code present in that particular system. It will access the resources present in the particular system and then move and then access the system in that particular system and then move. So like that it will continue. So it will not stop. So it will continue. That means it is nothing but a mobile agent. So okay. So but potential dangers is there because it will access the resources present in the existing, that is current system. So hence there is a danger to the using the mobile agents. Okay. Next is the requirement to add or remove mobile devices in a convenient manner. That is another variation of this client server model. We can add a resource to the distributed system, or we can remove the mobile devices. So mobile devices means handwear, watches, smart watches, that is handheld devices or wearable devices or laptops. Okay, so all these are nothing but the mobile device. Mobile phones are also nothing but the mobile. We can add or remove a mobile device in a convenient manner. That is nothing but the variation of the client server model. So what is the fundamental model deals with? So these are some of the important properties in distributed model. Okay, so the fundamental model deals with more formal description of the properties that are common to all the architectural models. So what are the properties that are common to all architectural models? So that is the study of the fundamental model. For example, time or delay or jitter, latency. So that we will discuss in interaction model. If any failure is there, so what type of failure and what is the measure we have to take, and what is the immediate consequence to the distributed system. So that is we will study in failure model, and what type of threats we can have in the distributed system and how to overcome that threats. That is nothing but the security model in the distribution. So these are the three fundamental models. So all communication between processes is achieved by means of messages. This is a property of the distributed system, and there is no global time. So that is also the property of the distributed system. And message communication is distributed. So is distributed as the following. So delay, failure, and security attacks. So delay is the interaction model, failure in failure model, and security attacks is in security model. So these are the three types of model. Okay, so we will discuss in detail in the coming classes. Interaction model, failure model, and security model. So first we will discuss the architectural models. So what is the architecture, software architecture? So software architecture consists of the layers, where each layer supports services to the higher layer, and each layer has its own well-defined functionality. That is nothing but the software layers. Okay, so and system architecture. So we will see that there are two types of architectures present in the distributed system. One is P2P server, and another one is client server, and third one is variations of the client server model, that we will discuss in the variants of it topic. And next we will discuss the design requirements for the architectural model. So these are the different topics we will study in the architectural model. Okay, so first is the architecture of system is structured in terms of separately specified components, and the overall goal is to ensure that the structure will meet the present and the likely future demands. Okay, two things are happening: present demand and future demands also is being met by this architecture of the distributed system. And first one is major concerns are to make the system reliable, manageable, adaptive, and cost effective. These are the four things which we have to ensure to make the system meet the future meet the present and future likely demands. Those are reliability, manageability, and adaptability, and finally cost effective. Okay, reliable means without errors. Manageable means where we can add or remove a component in a distributed system. Adaptable means even it should work in internet or wherever you deploy, so it should work well. And cost effective means it should be simple, very simple to use and simple to learn, and easy to access. That is nothing but the cost effective. Okay, so one is what is the architectural model. So it first simplifies and abstracts the functions of the individual components in a distributed system. Okay, for example, if you see here, server process, client process, peer process. There are three types of processes. So an initial simplification achieved by classifying process, server process, client process, and peer process. So peer process means where process can cooperate and communicate in a symmetric manner. Okay, symmetric manner to perform a task. To perform a task. That is nothing but the peer process. So what is a software layer? Okay, so software, the structure of a software as layers or modules in a single computer is nothing but a software architecture. Okay, and the service offered and requested between process located in the same or different computers. So that is nothing but the software architecture. So what is a software architecture? Is breaking up of the complexity of systems by designing through layers. So why we are going for designing the layers? Because to ensure the simplicity. To ensure simplicity, we are going through this layered architecture. So what is a layer? A layer is nothing but a group of related functional components. For example, what is a service? A functionality provided to the each layer. In nothing but a, from bottom layer to the top layer, whatever service we provide. So that is nothing but a functionality provided to the next layer, nothing but a service, and a group of related functional components, nothing but a layer. Nothing but a layer. So that is about the software architecture. So next is, so this is a diagrammatic representation of the diagrammatic representation. So layer 1, it has one fixed functionality, layer 2, another fixed functionality, layer and another fixed functionality. So what we are doing here is simply providing the service from layer 1 to layer 2. Okay, so that is nothing but the software layer. Simply providing services from layer 1 to layer 2. Similarly, layer 2 to layer 1. So like that, it is nothing but the software layers. Platform. So platform is nothing but the combination of the hardware and software. Nothing but the platform. Okay, so we will see in the diagram. So provide services to the layers above them, which are implemented independently in each computer. So services provided by one layer to the upper layer, and so these lower level layers bring the systems programming interface to a level that facilitate communication coordination between the processes in a distributed system. So you see in the diagram, then you will clearly understood. So this is the platform, this operating system and computer network hardware. This is software, this is the hardware. So these comprise the platform, and middleware, applications and services. So these are above the operating system. What is a middleware? So middleware example is Java. If it is a Java object oriented, Corba is an example, RMI is an example, RPC is an example of middleware. Okay, and application services which are written by the user. Okay, so this is the layered architecture in a distributed system. So what are the common examples of the, we can say a combination of hardware, layer and software. For example, Intel x86, that is the x86 Intel processor and Windows operating system. This is a platform. Intel 8086 and Linux is operating system. This is another platform. Intel 8086 and Solaris. So this is another platform. SPRC, Sun Spark and Sun OS, that is another platform. PowerPC from IBM and Mac OS from Macintosh. So this is another platform. Okay, so these are the different examples of the software layers, software platforms. What is a middleware? So middleware is again a software whose purpose is to mask the heterogeneity in the distributed system. To mask heterogeneity, that means to deal with the heterogeneity or to overcome the difficulties that arise due to heterogeneity, we are using this middleware. Okay, so to provide a convenient programming model to application model. For example, Sun RPC is a middleware. Corba, middleware. Microsoft DCOM, that is distributed component object model, that is a middleware. Sun Java RMI, that is remote method invocation, it is a middleware. So these are examples of the middleware. So we will see here. So RPC, it is a mechanism used for executing the programs at the server and returning the results from the server to the client. Similar concept in Java, that is RMI, remote method invocation. We will invoke the method in a remote machine and return the result to the local machine after the invocation, that is execution. So Corba and DCOM is also examples of the middleware. So we will see in the coming slides. So the most evident aspect of distributed system design is division of responsibilities between the system components. So that is a important aspect of the distributed system design. So like application servers and the placement of components on the computers in the network. So it has major impact on performance, reliability and security. So these are the three factors which affect the distributed system design. So it should affect performance, reliability and security. Okay, the design affects all these three things. Next is client server model. So most of the architectures for distributed systems are modeled in client server model. For example, client process interact with individual server process in a separate host computers in order to access the shared resources. Okay, that means client is separate and server is separate. So client is one which requests for a resource, and server is one which provides the resource. So both has different names. So client is for giving a request and server is for giving the response. That is about the client server. So server may in turn be clients of other servers. For example, web server is an example. So where a client of a local file server that manages the files in which web pages are stored. So web server is actually server, but it is a client for a local file server. That is what he is explaining here. Okay, so one is web server is a server, but web server is a client for a local file server. So that is what the and search engine. Not only web server, so search engine is also both acts as a client and a server. For example, search engine it responds to the queries from the browser clients and it runs the web crawlers that act as clients of other web servers. So normally you will see that there are some important information will be displayed whenever you search for in the text box. So all those are coming because of these web crawlers. So web crawlers will put the important information from the web page and put it into the search box, in the search result box. So that is about the web crawlers and search engines. So Google is a search engine. So this is a system architecture for a interaction between a client and so client wait for the result. So it will send the request to the server here. Client send a request to the server, wait for some amount of time, and server responds to the client and the request is satisfied. Okay, so this is nothing but the client, this is client line and this is server. Okay, so from client to server there is a request and from server to client there is a reply. This is what we have to notice here. So request and reply. So this is nothing but a client server model. Request is from client and reply is from the server. And this is a timeline. Okay, so this is a basic example of a client server model. Okay, is a timing diagram of a time server model. And this is a system architecture of a client server. So here this is a server, client. Okay, so now invocation means from client to server, invocation client to server, result server to client. So here server itself is a client here. Okay, and here client is a client from server and server to client. So request invocation means from the client to server and server to client. So this is nothing but remote invocation. So invocation means calling the function, invoking the function present in the server. So that will happen with the invocation request. And result is from the server to the client, whatever the response that goes back to the client, we call it as a result. That is nothing but a result. So result is from server to client and invocation is from client to the server. And client invokes individual servers. Next is peer-to-peer model. So we have just seen about a client server model where there is only two processes, client process and server process. Whereas in case of peer-to-peer model, in this system architecture, there is no concept of client or server, only peers. So those which are interacting cooperatively as peers, all of the process play similar roles, interacting cooperatively as peers, to perform a distributed activity or a computation. Okay, without any distinction between the clients and servers or the computers they run on. So this is nothing but the example, Napster music file system. This is an example of peer-to-peer model. Okay, Napster music sharing system. Okay, an example of a peer-to-peer model. So you will see in the diagram in the next slide. Okay, the different peers. There are no process here. So collection of, so peer is nothing but a collection of objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shareable objects. Okay, so this is an application. Objects, application, object. This is a peer. Objects. These are all peers. Peer 5, peer 6, peer 7, and so on. Peer n. So like that, all the different peers. So peers are nothing but a cooperating process. Cooperating process is nothing but a peer. So this is a distributed application based upon a peer-to-peer architecture. Okay. Next is variations of the client-server model. So what are the variants which we can propose this client? So the problem of client-server model is placing server in service in a server at a single address that does not scale well beyond the capacity of the computer. Okay, to address this problem, several variations of this model is proposed. For example, variation of the client-server model. Okay, so that we will discuss in the next slide. So there are several processes. If you see in the diagram, there are several processes, and all the data is partitioned across the process, and each processor in turn cooperating with each other. Okay, so like this. So server. So data is now distributed across all the servers, and client now interact with any of the server. This is nothing but the variant of the client-server model. That means instead of one client and one server, or multiple clients and multiple servers, so we group the servers into one particular partition. Next is proxy servers and caches. This is another. So what is a cache? Cache is nothing but a recently stored object. So if whenever a new object is received at a computer, so it is added to the cache store. So when an object is needed, so first it will check in the cache whether the updated copy is present or not. If it is present, then that copy is retrieved. Otherwise updated copy is fetched from the server. Okay, so this is about the adding of proxies and adding of caches to the client server. Okay, so here this proxy server. So this is useful for in between the two. So cache is present in this proxy server, and the request will be made. Next is mobile code. So applets are well-known examples of mobile code. So applet download to the clients give good interactive response, and mobile codes examples are applets, so which are executable. And browsers is the place where applets will get executed. So example, stockbroker, so might provide a customized service to notify customer of exchanges of price of shares. So he can do that by supplying the information into the browsers and display them. Okay, by automatically triggering the conditions, and the customer can locally store the copy available in the system. Okay, this is about the proxy server. Okay, so client, and this is a web server. So web server and client. So this is applet code. So it requests the web server and download into the applet code, and it will run in the browser. Mobile agent. So mobile agent means the travels. Mobile code works on fixed computer, where mobile agent means the running program or code, and it travels from one computer to another computer in a network, carrying out of a task usually on behalf of other process. So examples include collecting the information, install and maintain software on computers within an organization. So computer installation we can do. Okay, so mobile agents are potential security threat to resources in which they visit the computers. So the threat to the system is there whenever a mobile agent is visiting the a particular machine in a distributed system. Okay, they are vulnerable to themselves also. Okay, because they may not be able to complete their task if they refuse to access the information which they have at the which they need. Okay, so this is about the network computers. So it downloads its operating system and any application software needed by the user from a remote file server. Okay, so applications are run locally, but the files are managed by a remote file server. Thin clients. So as an example, another example of variant of client server system. Okay, so we will discuss that.